Hi everybody, welcome to Perry Aquatics, and today let's get to show you guys what's been going on. Been a minute, so that's what the room's looking like so far. It's not the cleanest, not the best, but you know, we all know how all this goes. So, but I think I'll start you. Honestly, start over here. Why not? This is our tank full of beta babies. Yeah, there's a couple red shrimp in here, but there's also, hard to believe it or not, but purple Neocaridina shrimp in here as well. Won't be able to get much of a video of that, but this is how the beta tank's been going. Yeah, don't mind, I have not cleaned off the glass yet. But there are mystery snails going. These guys have been doing beautiful. They are a couple months old. As you can tell, I'm still raising the water level. That way no one, you know, is stunted short, stuff like that. But I do feed them pretty heavily. At least 3 times a day I try my best. This is what the betas have turned into. And of course, you know, I'll do a quick rundown if I still got the videos of what we started with and who Daddy and Mom was. And then we'll go from there. And that's kind of what the betas turned into. That's what they're doing so far. They do great, actually. Yes, I will give them some of this because why not? Some fancy guppy stuff. But starting out, you know, I did use Insaphoria, green water, stuff like that for the betas, and got them to where I could get them now. But I feed them this. I feed them aquarium co-ops, magic small fish feed. I feed them fancy guppy stuff, and before, you know, I ran out, I was also feeding them the easy fry fish food. They also do great on flakes, you know, little crushed up pellets and stuff, and they've been doing beautiful. And I can't get them in the shot, but I do have one of the plecos in there. He's a little deformed, I will just say that. He's got like half a face. But I pulled him out, gave him the best of his life in that one, so. And let's find a different tank. Now, if he will turn around, you would see what I was talking about. Yeah. See his half face? If he was in the glass, you'd be able to see it better. But pretty much he has one eyeball and half a mouth, and he was the only one out of like 300 plecos ended up with a deformity. I'll take it. But yep. And speaking of, you know, betas, not betas, plecos, I apologize. Of course, I'll cut in a quick video real fast of what it was, but now, you know, this is what we have going on. Beautiful. beautiful, massive amounts of plecos. And of course, these are the Plecostomus ancestris, or I believe, or however you want to pronounce it. Don't judge me. There are 4 generations in here. I have to pull mommy and daddy out and give them their own tank because they have quit breeding. I believe it's because of all of the clustering that's going on in here, pretty much. And these guys have been doing beautiful, been doing wonderful. I have sold, I believe, 100 of them now to my local fish store. You know, store credit, stuff like that. That's actually a great way for me to keep the food going too. And so I'm going to pull mom and dad out, and I'm going to give them their own 10-15 gallon and let them raise up babies so long, and then, you know, I'll take them over and let them do this stuff in here. They have been doing, as you can see, from like the little sizes, you know, to the newer gen, to like 2nd gen, and so on and so forth. You know, 4th gen, 3rd gen, you know what I mean. Some of them are a little just dark, gorgeous. So I do my best to give them water changes every day. Sometimes every other day, just because, you know, plecos are nasty, they're dirty, but it's whatever to, you know, them. They love the stuff. It's a visual eyesore for a lot of people, but honestly, it's a lot of the stuff that they would deal with naturally. You know, muck, so on and so forth. I love it. I enjoy it. Honestly, I love coming down to this fish room and just seeing all these tanks and how much I've been able to accumulate over the course of past year or two. I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. Hopefully, if you guys ask questions or whatever like that, leave them in the comments down below, stuff like that. I'll answer them, no problems. I'll make videos on it if you like. No problem on that either. But at the moment, let's get on to one more tank. Now I know it's not much, and I do have to clean out all of the snails again, but that's okay to me. But these are my bronze or green cories. You can see the long tails. I also have a couple of short tails. They're beautiful. I don't know how else to best really put it, you know. But there are 3 females and 1 male in here, though. I know that's not the given ratio for some people, but for me, it works wonders. And I'll show you what I mean in just a second. And again, it works wonders. Oh yeah, breeding these 2 in here with the Corydoras as well. So hopefully something beautiful and cool over time will come. But this is where all, let me see them all in here, all the cories are. And it is hard to get some of them in the picture, in the frame, and focus, you know. There are absolutely 3 different sizes in here. Smallest, medium, pretty guppies, and the big ones in the back. I know, some gorgeous. But this is what's been going on with my cories as well. what I do is I let mom and dad do their thing. Moms and dad do their thing. I scrape out the eggs, I raise them up in a container, and then I put the container in this makeshift fry container. And then once they get a certain age, certain size, then everybody comes into here. I know it looks empty now, but it's kind of just because everyone's hidden. Just look at that, they're doing amazing. And again, I feed them wafers and stuff like that, and I also feed them the magic fish feed, and oh, they love that, especially when they're in here and they're growing. I'll definitely take a bunch of this out, I'll put it in here so they got the Insiforia stuff from it, and then they get bigger as I also feed them, because you can also feed them pretty much right after the egg sac is gone. You could pretty much feed them baby brine shrimp, powdered food, stuff like that, and they have been doing wonders on the magic fish feed. And that so far is how my Corridors tanks is going for the babies as well. Now, we have been getting some success with a couple things when it comes to the guppies. Kind of. So, it's a guppy only tank. Majority of these in here are, you can see, female. Youngins. Still. Another month or so. I mean, not even, honestly. Give it a couple more weeks and they should pop. But, that's what we've been getting going on in here. No, they don't have specific names. I mean, fancies, yes, right here. But pretty much it's a mixture for up here, which I don't mind. And neither does my wife. This is kind of what she wanted. And I think they've been doing beautiful. They've been doing wonderful. Sorry on the quality of this one. I've been making sure it's got a lot of grass in there, a lot of guppy grass, a lot of foxtail, what do you want to call it? These guys have been doing great too. Again, I feed them the guppy, food, and I also feed them the magic small, magic feed from Aquarium Co-op. A lot of the food I've been running lately, besides some of the flakes and my bloodworms, are pretty much Aquarium Co-op. As you can see, these guys have been doing pretty well too lately, and I'm pretty happy about that. And of course, a few other things going along with, she'll be breeding soon with one of our newer companions who's getting a tank soon. And then of course our pea puffers have been doing great, but no one's bred yet. Neither it's because of the tank I have them in, and all the snails and shit like that, and stuff like that. Because egg scatters, so all the snails in there, because they powwow all the snails that get dropped in there for me. Which is amazing, to be honest with you. As you can see, my pea puffers powwow on these guys. Now, they don't powwow on them consistently or consecutively, especially because, we all know the snails breed like rabbits, and they overtake very quickly, and keeping up with just a handful of pea puffers in here and a 1,000,001 snails, it can be a pain in the butt to consecutively eat all of those. So I get that. But what I want to do is actually get a container, because that's how I've read the betas and a couple other things that I want to try and do. I want to put the green barbs that we have too to work, but I'll show you guys those later on. And basically put them in a Tupperware, a tank with a Tupperware in the middle of it with Java moss and all the stuff on top of it, because I have plenty of it from one of my tanks, and I want to see if I can get them to breed, and then put them back into their original tank and stuff like that, and go from there. I also want to do the same thing to my green tigers, but I will be getting to that later. It's not a lot going on, but there's a lot going on. Does that make sense? So I will give you guys, a quick glimpse of two betas that we're going to be pairing here soon. Our new family members for the Perry family, and if I can get good videos of them. And then I'll give you one more quick view of a couple more tanks, and that should pretty much call it a wrap after that for the day. And then I'll drop shorts here and there too as well. So, just for quick notion, guys, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Definitely don't be afraid to hit that like button. It helps us out wonderfully, helps us out beautifully, and I would really appreciate it, and so would everybody else here in the room. So again, thank you guys, and let's get on to some more tanks. The rainbow tank. There's not many in here. They do breed inside of our stuff here. But, sorry, I got caught off track and was looking. There's Mama, the original Mama, for the betas that we have now that are growing up. Daddy died. Daddy had a problem and he ended up getting sick and he passed, unfortunately. But I do pull these out every so often and check. Yes, they do lay a bunch of eggs. But, nothing survives here. First off, as you can see, it's a wide open tank, big old 4-footer, wide open tank with a giant, beautiful pleco in there. I don't know what kind it is, so if anybody knows what type of pleco that is, that'd be awesome. And if you guys could let me know in the comments down below, that'd be even better. But yes, I do know that there is different types of rainbows in here. I believe one of them is the Bosemani, but then of course the other one is the turquoise female, turquoise male. There were two males in here, but he sparred it to death. So, but they've been doing wonderful in here since I've made this tank, and he has definitely been a lot happier with everything, so I'm happy with that too. And let's get on to another one. Actually, this one will be the last one for the day, so let's get on to that one. The Bashir tank, Senegal Bashirs, or Bashirs, or however you guys want to call it. There's 4 of them in here. And they're doing wonderful. And here is the Blue Phantom, the L128. Small, it's a couple inches, but regardless. And I can't wait to find more of them to try and see if I can get them to breed, of course, within the next 7 years. But this is also the Bashir tank. Everybody's doing wonderful. They've definitely gotten about an inch or so bigger since we've had them. And depending on how it goes, I had to step back for that, is pretty much when they get bigger and can't fit in that damn tank anymore, dropping them probably in the 4-footer over there, and then putting the rainbows over here to start breeding and go from there. That's pretty much it for the moment. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the moment here. That's what we got going on here at the Perry Aquatic Fish Room. That is our peoples. This is what I've got going on so far. If you want to see more, hit comments and I'll go from there. Other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and definitely enjoy your guys' day. And again, thank you for watching and stopping by. Well, Perry Aquatics, out. Shrimp you later.